Hi guys, it's Haku here, and today I will be talking about the most wonderful, one of the best, well, one of the few best healers that I've gotten the experience to meet amongst the Galatia. It's none other than President Marbas. Yes, him of all people. Anyways, he's a very wonderful being to work with, especially if you want to get better at healing, if you want to get better at mostly healing is what I think. He does curses and plagues himself, so I wouldn't put it past him as if he had a hand in this pandemic, I'm just saying. Um, I wouldn't put it past him. Anyways, aside from that, he is personality-wise very calm and a level-headed person. When he talks in the manner of he thinks before he speaks. Very much so. He very thinks before he speaks. And this is such a smooth, eloquent, and scientifical manner that he speaks. I love it. I love hearing him talk. He has such a soothing voice. He has a very somber, low voice, and how he appears to me, at least, and to many other practitioners, he appears as like a plague doctor. I didn't believe it at first until he came to me and showed me how he looked. And I was just like, okay, that's the thing. I'll accept this. Which is how I am a lot of the time. Um, when another thing that I noticed, he has this little tick where he's always like pressing like his fingers together. Like he's always like massaging his hands together. He has like gloves on. And it's just so satisfying. He does like really satisfying little like knickknacks, I guess, that I like. The things that he has done is he has also healed a part of my mental illness. I used to have really bad social anxiety. This type of stuff I would never even dreamed of doing because my social anxiety was horrendous. And my dog is moving my stuff. Anyways, I had a very horrendous social anxiety. And actually, I went to him to get it cured because he also helps heal those things. He heals all types of illnesses. And he was going to perform fucking shock therapy on me. And I remember that when I invoked him, he was like, what do you need? I was like, I want to cure my anxiety. And he's just like, and like, it was like a shift in the room. And I saw myself in like a type of what do you call it? Like the chairs that the dentist put you in, and he put me in one of those chairs and he kicked it back. I was just like, okay, so this is happening. This is a thing, and I saw him put like the two little things like to my head, the little shock therapy things. I was like, oh hell no, no. I mean now I'm like, oh that, oh shit, But I was freaking out. I was like, oh fuck, oh what the fuck. You're doing shock therapy on me. I hope you know that doesn't work. Oh god. And I kind of actually like dipped, and he was just like, okay, I guess you don't want the heal. And I actually went to President Buer to get it healed instead because I couldn't handle that type of situation. I could not do that. Um, I already said his personality and his mannerisms. What he also brings to the table is that if you bond with him enough, like he will always like appear like that. I bonded with him really well, and I plan on learning more from him. I love working with him. I work with both Marbas and with Buer. I also work with Azazel, and I'm trying to get better at like healing, and I want to go deeper into that field, and then just doing my diggity darn best. I've also recently started working with the Japanese goddess Amaterasu, and hopefully throughout my experience I could probably talk about her a bit more later on, if you guys are interested in hearing about Amaterasu. But she's a lovely goddess. I love working with her. I love worshiping her. She's one of the goddesses that I worship, but I'm detracted from the subject. Anyways, if you want to start working with President Marbas, he does prefer practitioners who are a bit more experienced in the field of working with demons and whatnot. He's not very exactly beginner friendly because of his personality and his mannerisms. President Buer, if you want to start getting into the field of like working with healing demons and that type of stuff, you want to start off with President Buer. Go to him, and then because both President Buer and President Marbas, you can work with both of them to do healing rituals, which I have done extensively. I work with both of them. I'll call upon both of them, and all three of us will help do the healing. So it's not like they're against working with one another. They probably work with each other a whole lot. So start with Buer before you go into Marbas. And then once you kind of figure out Buer, and if Marbas comes to you, or if you finally feel like you're confident enough to evoke Marbas and that you're ready for his level, then go for it, and then take on that fun stuff. Anyways, I hope you guys are staying quarantined. Stay safe. Do not take all the items. Please remember that. Don't take all the items because the ones that are at the highest risk are the elderly during this pandemic. Anyways, I devote this whole video to you, President Marbas. Keep us safe. Bye.